Fludded.
Oh no! What's happened to Elon? It's a complete and utter disaster, everybody. Twitter's a disaster. It's going to all go away. There's going to be no more Twitter. Absolute disaster for Elon. Because the advertisers are all walking away. They're like, no. If you're not going to moderate your website properly, we're out of here. Apparently, things aren't going too well for Elon. And this is the main reason. He's telling us, and I don't know why he wanted to tell us this. I'd have stayed very quiet. That was my business. Twitter has a massive drop. Twitter has a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with content moderation, and we did everything we could to appease the activists. Extremely messed up. We're trying to destroy free speech in America. So that's interesting, I think, from a me point of view. It's interesting. Otherwise, we wouldn't be making a video about it. Yeah. So what's going on here? Well, we've seen it a lot before, that places get targeted by activist groups. Activist groups, of course, being people whose minds are not for changing. So anyone whose mind isn't for changing isn't somebody you should be entering into a debate with, because their minds are, as I said, not for changing. They're pretty much going to be tunnel vision. I can only see that. I can't see any of this. Is literally that sort of tunnel vision, determination. And, you know, activism has its pluses, but in terms of debate and fair play, you know, there is nobody is right but them, and this is what happens. But I must say that I've also had the impression that a lot of people have thought that now that Twitter is owned by Elon Musk, that it's going to be just a free-for-all. Everyone could go out there now and be as racist as you want, say what you like, free speech. And I think this is one of the key problems we have, is people don't seem to have an understanding what free speech means. I don't think people who use the term free speech all the time don't seem to have an understanding. You are absolutely free to say and do what you like, but there'll be consequences, right? So you can't do what you like, and you can't say what you like. You can't. I mean, you can, but some people just. You can say things that are just going to be so massively offensive to a huge amount of people that in a civil society it ain't going to work. You know, civil societies won't function properly if people are just like totally mischaracterizing other people. And mischaracterizing other people is part of free speech. That's allowed in the rules of free speech. You can mischaracterize people. You can insult people. Free speech. You can say what you like. You can be racist. Free speech. You know, and clearly that's not going to work. And as soon as an advertiser gets an idea in their head that Twitter is a place where that sort of behavior is going to go on, they're out of there. Of course they are. That's why whenever you make a video and you start talking about certain subjects on YouTube, YouTube don't want it, because they can't use it. They want to use your videos to advertise things, and you've got to play along with that to a certain extent. You've got to make content that as in partnership with YouTube. And some people just don't get that. They feel like having these Twitter or these YouTube accounts is like a human right or something, and they should be allowed to do and express themselves exactly as they please. No, that's not what happens. I can't just, for example, I've when I was filming in America, I was in the Deep South. I don't know if I was in Deep South. I was in the South. You always say Deep South, don't you, when you're in the South? You know, a bizarre thing. I mean, after I met somebody for 10 minutes, he asked me, you know, did I believe in God? You know, and you know, it's the first time I've sort of been asked that since I was in America, and I sort of said no. I was kind of armed for an argument, to be fair. I was ready. I was Dawkins up to my, and but more than anything, it was just that I just thought, what a rude thing to ask me. I'm in your house. It is your house. I'm not gonna be in your house saying things that are gonna offend, that are against the very foundation of how you live your life, which is through faith or whatever. I'm not going to contravene that. I'm not going to insult that. So you put me in a position where I either tell you how I really am, which is an atheist, or whether I lie to you and go, yeah, Church of Scotland, mate, yeah. Church of Scotland, Jesus was Scottish. It's not going to happen. So I don't know. You've got to behave yourselves, basically. Elon Musk, I don't know. I don't think he should have tweeted that. I think what he needs to do now is pretty much do a interview or some sort of coming out conversation where he sort of explains what the deal is. I did find one interview which I can go to, and this is it, where he's talking about his move to Twitter, and he talks a little bit about moderation. Hopefully I've got the audio up and you'll be able to hear this. Let me just play it. Should work.
You'll see a lot of links posted to YouTube and TikTok, and that's because, at least until now, Twitter has not even given them enough video length to post their video, and then they give the content creators no means of monetizing the video. So we're going to change that rapidly at Twitter. It's going to be transformative. But if we can get enough verified users, and we're going to prioritize Twitter search, replies, mentions, by verified users first, this is very.
And that's what calls amplified.
Yes. If you're payment verified with a blue checkmark, then you're prioritized. You'll see a lot of links posted to YouTube and
that's it. It's just a very short clip, but sort of loop in there. He's talking about something slightly different there. He's talking about monetizing clips, and people like me will be able to make money, maybe, from using Twitter, which is, I think that something does need to change. I think that Twitter needs to grow up and stop being this open, just Wild West. It's like the Wild West, times we need to all grow up a little bit. And I think the idea of bringing in that monetization for creators is a good one. And I also think that, things like the professional news organizations, everyone hates the media. Everyone's like fake news this, fake news that. And I think there needs to be scope for these professionals who have access to the politicians and to whatever, ignoring the fact that people on YouTube think that, we're the alternative media. We are the news now. We are the entertainment now. Mainstream television is dead. Forgetting all that sort of rhetoric, which isn't true. The mainstream media, which has the infrastructure to broadcast, it has the tools to do it professionally, and they have the people who have gone to university and they've studied and they're qualified to write and apply analysis and do everything that they need to do to do journalism. And I'm somebody who's pro non-biased journalism. I think it's possible to do it, but I'm also don't have a problem with journalists who are biased. But I just think that they need to declare that, and it needs to be declared, and we need to know because otherwise you're getting hoodwinked come election time. So I know who I think is biased and who isn't biased, who I trust and who I don't trust, and I guess it's up to each of us to discover those people too. But on Twitter, I think that these like the news magazines where the analysis is and all these news stories that we're all sharing willy-nilly, and they're making nothing out of it. I think that needs to change. I think it should be, micropayment or monetized. My only worry is that it will be crypto, because I don't understand crypto. I don't know anything about it. Don't have a crypto account, although I think I do have a wallet now. So I would worry about that. But interested to know what anyone else thinks. Let me know down in the comments below. Advertisers walking out on Elon. What a terrible state of affairs. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Fludded. You can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. I know it's difficult. Subscribe. Oh, no, I'm going to be totally spammed by this guy. Doesn't work like that. You will get a nice little notification, a friendly notification, if you click the little bell. That'll say, "Oh look, Craigie Wiggy's he's uploaded a new video. If you want to go and watch it, you don't have to." So, but it helps me a lot. Spurs me on, gives me energy to do videos like this. Let me know what you think about advertisers walking out on platforms like Twitter. We've seen it before. Be interested to know what you think. But for now, from me, it's cheery bye.